Is anybody there? Hey, gang, and welcome to the Camera Life podcast, the random photography show. It's the 11th of August, 2025, and this is episode 106. And yes, Justin is still away. He's deserted us. He's left us to fend for ourselves. We're going to dig into that a little bit later, but joining us tonight is Ian Tan, and we're going to hear what he's been up to too. But for now, let's roll the music and we'll get on with it. It's meant to be working. Why isn't it working?
I was about to play some air guitar.
Oh, that was very abrupt. Sorry, everybody. Welcome to the Camera Life podcast. Clearly, I'm still getting the hang of the audio roll. I don't get paid enough for that gig. But as I mentioned at the top of the show, this is the Random Photography Show, proudly brought to you by Lucky Straps. Head to luckystraps.com if you are looking for a premium handmade leather camera strap to suit any camera out there. Check it out. Head to luckystraps.com. Use code JIM for a 15% discount, or use code GREG for a 15% discount with heart. That's the difference.
I don't know. Jim would be packaged with heart, more heart.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Favoritism, just because you get to send off the boxes.
Yeah, don't use code Justin.
Yeah, no, don't. He doesn't deserve it. He's left us. Look at what he's done.
Yeah, where is it?
But Justin is still in New Zealand. I heard from him today, and Yelena's on her way. She's probably there already. But joining us tonight, obviously, we've got Jim. G'day, Jim.
Hey, Greg.
And we're joined by fan of the show, Ian Tan. How are you, Ian?
Hey,
good.
Thanks, Ian.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for stepping up. Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you that are unaware, yes, Justin is away for a few weeks. He's left us the keys to the podcast, and clearly neither of us have licenses. But we're going to drive this baby anyway. And we're gonna find out what everyone's been up to. But before we do, we might say hello to the chat.
Let's do it. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll find my mouse. Awesome. We've got Philip Johnson. G'day, Philip. Ian Thompson.
Philip.
Good evening, gents. G'day, Ian. John Pickett. Evening all. These guys were all early too.
Yeah, very early. Hey guys.
They were. Paul Henderson, g'day, and I thought I'd be the first to log on. Evening all. G'day, Paul.
Good evening.
Hey, Roy. G'day from Melbourne, Australia, with a little kangaroo, as Roy's signature is always. Dennis, hey, you bunch of legends. Good evening, guys. G'day, Lisa. Oh, we've got lots coming in now. We've got a nicked 1969 Sage with a wavy face and another hand in the picture. G'day, Paul. Get off my digital lawn says get better, Greg.
Sorry, Tony. I'll try better next time.
He's giving you $2.99. So
yes, is that my let Greg get better campaign? Is it because I'm all for it? You know, if people are prepared to pay me money to be better and to get better.
Coming, Tony.
Yeah, thanks, Tony.
G'day, Neil. Evening, gents.
Neil
and Tim Siamas. Hello.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, speak of the devil, we've got some images of Tim's to have a talk about a little bit later under image review. Now, I must admit, I tried, but I can't get the same slick flow of categories on the Monday night show that Justin obviously has skills to do. So we're just going to roll with the punches here. But first up, I want to have a quick chat to Ian to find out what you've been up to lately. So what's been happening, Ian?
From a photography standpoint, I had a studio shoot about 2 weeks ago with about 3 cosplayers. We did they were dressed up as characters from a mobile game called Genshin Impact. So
my kids play that.
Yeah. So they it's quite a popular cosplay genre. So and
that's a video game, Jim. In case you're wondering,
it's a video game. The characters are in kind of like in the style of anime, kind of like
Mhm.
Final Fantasy, that sort of a vibe. And I just wanted to experiment with a little bit of lighting, playing with different positions, trying to get them to maybe try different poses that they were not used to. So yeah, that was
Yeah.
a bit of fun. And before that, I also had another cosplay shoot at Melbourne Uni. So I'm not sure if you've
Ooh.
been to Melbourne Uni, but it's quite a cool place to shoot on weekends because it's quieter. But they've got some really nice old buildings that suit. They kind of look like the insides of a castle.
Yeah.
I think the area is called the old quadrangle. Yeah, so that
Mhm.
area is quite a good shot, good place to shoot if you want to shoot cosplayers in like a historical setting.
It's got a bit of a
So
Harry Potter vibe.
a little
Some of
bit of
those
that,
old
yeah,
buildings. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Now,
It's
Sasha
it's
works
quite
at
nice.
Melbourne Uni, and
Mm,
I've been around the space a couple of times. Yeah. But brilliant location.
yeah, and probably maybe going back 3 months now. Probably I organized this masquerade ball cosplay event called Wanderlust. So this would have been the second year. We did the same thing last year, but that was at the George Ballroom in St Kilda. So
Mm.
we had uh, all up. We had two sessions, one in the AM and one in the afternoon. And we had 8 photographers in each session, and something like 16 to 20 cosplayers, all decked out in ball gowns, masks, um, m- which a lot of them would have made the outfits themselves. It was really elaborate.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that was heaps of fun. Full on
Oh,
day, but
very cool.
heaps of fun.
Very cool. And we'll have a look at some of your images a little bit later when we talk about image review. But once again, Ian, thanks so much for joining us tonight and spending a little time on the Camera Life podcast.
My pleasure.
What else have we got to cover off? Let's have a look. Let's talk news and rumors. Should we get that out of the way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
What do you
You're
reckon?
running the show, Greg.
Am I?
Yeah.
That's dangerous. All right, let's go to news and rumors. Let me just present my screen. Why can't I find it? Here we go. There's a pretty hefty rumor going around that Hasselblad are about to release a new camera. Hasselblad X2D Mark II. It's a 100 megapixel CMOS sensor. It delivers 5-axis 8-stop image stabilization. As we know, everyone needs that now, apparently. 15 stops of dynamic range. And it has a built-in 1 terabyte SSD card built into it. So it's,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when you pay that much money, you kind of hope that they'd throw something in, yeah?
Yeah.
How much does a
Yeah.
Hasselblad cost? Does anyone know off the top of your heads?
I don't know. But I was on a shoot on Friday and this guy just rocked up and he had one. And he was just poking around where we were shooting, having a look. Well, sorry, not that camera, but he had that. I'm pretty sure it was an X2D.
First one.
Yeah, well, this is the Mark II. Anyone in the chat know how much an X2D costs? Let's have a quick look on
Our good friend Google.
Hasselblad. X2D. My keyboard's not
Review
working.
Photography says 15K-ish plus lens.
Oh, that's got to hurt. Wow, that's worse than Leica.
The price of entry.
It is the price of entry, isn't it?
You are looking at, a Hasselblad, of course, but 100 megapixel sensor. The technology associated with it. I mean, you're sort of getting into the stage where you're paying for. I don't know if you kind of like follow that law of diminishing returns, where to get that incremental improvement in something from full frame and going upwards, it's you're looking at paying some serious coins. So
it's I guess well, what does a GFX cost? Like a Mark II, that's about 12, isn't it? 10, 12 grand?
I'd say it's about, I don't know, about 10 maybe. Let me look it up.
So I guess it's not that far off, is it, really?
Yeah.
But Hasselblad has always been a more premium brand, obviously, than Fujifilm. A bit like how Leica is, there's the Leica tax. Actually, I sent the boys. Did I send that to you today, Jim? The image of the guy with the Leica tattoo, and so he'd bought a special jacket that showed off his Leica tattoo on the back of his back.
I don't
like
know.
a hole
Not
cut.
sure.
No, maybe it wasn't you.
Maybe. But when you think about it, like a Z9, well, I don't know what they're now, but they were like 9.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming like a Canon R1 is probably similar money.
Yeah.
For a flagship body. So
it's
a bit more fancy than those.
It is, yeah. But I would imagine that it doesn't have the same sort of blistering performance of an R1.
No, but it's not aimed. I don't think it's aimed at that market.
Yeah. Rare Viewer said, and yet I still want one. It's very true. And Paul Henderson has chipped in with you would need the 1 terabyte to save the images that would produce at 100 megapixels. Yeah, that's true. You're going to go through storage pretty quick. And
I wonder if you can. I wonder if you can actually service the hard drive yourself, because we know hard drives sometimes fail, right? So
that's true.
Send it back in, or would you be able to swap it out yourself?
Well, it did say up here that it is actually a CF Express card type B memory. Oh no, that's the memory slot. Built-in 1 terabyte plus CF plus the CF Express. Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, drives do fail.
On the plus side, it's always good to have something in there in case you forgot your card. And I've done that a couple of times myself. Forgot to put an SD card in there.
Yeah,
I did it the other day
when you turn up.
Did you, Jim?
Yeah, with my GoPro because the GoPro goes in the little card adapter, and then that just always sits on my desk. So I just forgot that my card wasn't in my GoPro. I went to use it and it's beeping at me funny, and I was like, "What's that?"
Yeah,
it probably means it doesn't have a card or something.
Rookie error.
I know it was a rookie error, and
we all do it.
I felt very silly. Lucky it was a leisurely film, not anything for work.
Page
so
shoot.
It's all good.
Yeah, no. Moving on with the news, there's been a whole bunch of lenses announced in the last couple of weeks. So I'm not going to bring up everyone. I just want to talk about them in general. But let's start with this one very quickly, because this is another expensive piece of kit. Leica have announced a APO SL, so for the SL range, 135 millimeter lens. It's been confirmed by, what's his name? Peter Karb, Senior Manager Expert on Optics. Leica is working on a new APO SL 135 millimeter lens.
Any details?
Let's just have a quick squiz here. It's a Q&A. There's not a lot going on there, but
doesn't tell you aperture.
It doesn't say what the aperture is or anything like that. So, but according to the rumor sites, which are obviously vetted, that's what they're coming out with. No, not that one. Sorry. Let me jump to another one. TT Artisans have announced a 40mm f2 lens for Nikon Z mount, $168 US. So what's that? Like $300?
Yeah.
And actually, when I was researching this this morning, and I found this article, Jim, I wanted to ask you. I know that you primarily use native Nikon glass. Does the idea of grabbing a cheap lens to experiment, test it, see what you can do with it, does that ever entice you?
Possibly. It's manual focus, is it?
This one would be, I think so.
Yeah, for that price.
Oh no, autofocus. No, it's an autofocus.
Maybe if it's like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
And if it's f2, like it kind of sounds like it'd be good.
Yeah. And TT Artisans have really upped their game lately in terms of third-party lens development. They're often knocking out these cheap but cracking lenses that a pro wouldn't necessarily buy and use on a gig, but for a bit of fun, lightweight, compact lenses, they're certainly great alternatives.
It's definitely worth having a look at.
So that's for Nikon.
Maybe we'll have to get it and review it on here.
Oh, well, I mean, we're not going to hold you to it, but
Actually,
Like
that
I bought a this is a 7 artisans lens. I'm not sure if they're related, but it's a 55mm f1.4.
mhm.
Full metal construction, heavy like a brick, but tiny.
Mm.
and is that for X mount or GFX?
X mount,
Yep.
Yeah.
manual focus, and yeah, nifty little lens.
Yep.
Um,
Have you used it for portraits, or what sort of test have you done with it?
the last time I used it was on a little bit of street shoot. I don't think I've used it on a portrait before, but
Just for playing around.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, Jim. Like if it doesn't have manual focus, if it doesn't have autofocus, I think it does kind of limit the times when you would actually reach for it, because
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
I just don't think I would use it if it was not
unless it has like
autofocused.
some really special character about it.
Yeah, if it looks cool and you're like, okay, I'm going to
Yeah.
use this because I'm working slow and it doesn't matter, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Something funny, Greg. I don't know if it was on your page, but on the Nikon rumor site, I just clicked into it and I scrolled down, and then where I was talking about those annoying ads.
Yeah.
One of them is a lucky ad for the belts.
One of them is your ad, one of our ads.
Yeah, one of our ads for belts. So it made
Oh,
me laugh. I don't know if it's on your screen, but it was on mine.
No, I haven't got it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Tim has said, Tim Siamas, 300 AUD full metal construction for the 40mm f2 for that price could be a fun to experiment with. Yeah.
I agree, Tim.
I think
Especially. Go on, Jim. Sorry.
Oh yeah, like it'd just be a fun little lens to have, and you could probably offload it for similar money if you didn't like it, or you were kind of done playing around with it. But it'd be a good alternative to, say, taking out like the 51.2 if you were just like, I'm going to go street shooting or something, or if you didn't mind if it got bumped or knocked.
Yeah.
So definitely worth looking up.
I'm curious how much it weighs. Let me just check at B&H, because it can't be much. So it is, in terms of dimensions, it's 65 by 46 mil. It takes a 52 millimeter front mount, front screw thread filter, and it's only 176 grams. That's like Fuji lens territory.
It's pretty light.
Yeah,
it's really light, and it's full frame. Yeah, something in that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay.
I know a lot of people. I know Greg Carrick. I think he's shot with TT Artisans. I know a few guys people in the Fujifilm group that have used TT Artisan, because they often make X mount lenses. They often come to X mount first, which is great. What else we got in the lens? Yeah, I think you should. Here's another lens for Nikon. We'll just bring this one up. Oh gosh, now I can't find it. The Mikey Mix. Is it Mikey or Makey Mix 24mm f1.4 full frame? Mika?
No, I don't know if it's Mika. It just reminds me of That's all right. Go. It's irrelevant.
You're all right. So here's another one for Nikon Z mount 24 f1.4. It's got a focus switch. It's got maybe a customizable focus lock button. It's got a red ring, so it goes faster than all the others. What have we got? f1 4:16. It takes a 72 mil filter, so it's a decent size. It's about 550 grams. The price is $589 US, so we're looking at around $1,000.
Yeah.
What would the equivalent in like a 24-1.4 in Nikon glass cost, do you reckon, Jim? Ballpark.
I don't think they make one. Do they? I don't know if they make one, do they? Because I've got the 28-1.4, the old one, and I want to replace that and get it native to Z mount, but they don't make anything they don't make 2.8s and pancakes and stuff, but they're not sort of sharp like this old one, the old F mount. So,
well, here's another option for you to consider.
Might be buying a couple of lenses.
Cheap, relatively cheap compared to native glass. What about you guys in the chat? Let us know. Are you strict with first party glass for your camera system, or are you loosey goosey and like to mix it up with third party glass? And if so, who have you found that's reliable, has sharp optics, but with an autofocus drive? I tested a couple of lenses for Shot Kit. I think at the end of last year, they were, I can't remember the brand off the top of my head, but they were kind of like, they were made to look like Leica lenses. Like they had that old kind of vintage appeal. And they were all metal. They were solid. They were heavy, but they were manual focus. And I had so much trouble getting my head back around manual focus. It was just one too many steps for my poor little brain to compute. Like I'd kind of approach something and I'd half press the shutter, as you do, and then nothing would happen. I'd go, oh yeah, okay. And then I'd start fiddling and I'd lose my kind of momentum, I'd lose my rhythm. And it's definitely a skill that you have to reacquire or acquire if you've never shot manual focus before.
Tim Siamis has said that there's a 24mm 1.8 Z mount for about 1800.
Wow.
So this one's a 1.4. Well, it's $589 US, so about $1,000.
Wow.
So it's significantly cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think, a lot of third-party brand, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some shit ones out there. There's some real dodgy Temu, AliExpress kind of versions of lenses that I don't know where they get them from. But, third-party like TT Artisans, Laowa, or Venus Optics. You mentioned Seven Artisans before.
Working on.
Yeah. I mean, they've been doing it. They were one of the first brands to produce a third-party X-mount lens with that 12mm. Do you remember that one, Ian?
The Samyang 12mm,
yeah. That's been knocking
like
around for
anyone
ages.
who shot a lot of Fujifilm, like astrophotographers, people who do astro on Fujifilm love that lens, the Samyang 12mm.
Yeah, it was really popular.
Yeah, I've still got one.
You do?
The Samyang 12, yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone's had
I don't
that
use it very
collection,
often,
so-
but it's a cool little sort of wide angle. Does some interesting things.
Yeah, it can be fun, can't it? Other lens news. Fucking pop-ups. Let's have a look here. The Tamron 18-300 f3.5 to 6.3 D. I'm not going to read all that. For RF is now official. Apparently, back in June, Tamron announced the development of an RF version of the 18-300. Tamron has officially launched the new lens and is available for pre-order now. The Canon RF mount version of the lens will begin shipping towards the end of September. And again, $629 US. So we're looking at about 1,200 Australian dollars for quite a significant focal range with a decent, well, at least at the wide end, with a decent, fast aperture.
But it's like,
it's
APS-C.
It's for APS-C,
Yeah.
Let me just have a quick look at B&H. Yeah, APS-C format lens. Yeah, it kind of ruins it, doesn't it?
It does a little bit, yeah, unfortunately.
Final bit of lens news. The Canon RF, rumored, Canon RF 400mm f2.8 Mark II may have appeared in a recent patent. These rumor sites often will grab patents and formulate a story around the lens that it might relate to, because often a patent will just have a very basic diagram showing some core lens elements. It won't go into excessive detail because then other people can rob it, steal it, copy it. But these rumor sites are really quick to jump on patents of new gear. But 400 f2.8. I don't believe from memory there was any talk of pricing, but the current one weighs almost 3 kilos. So you'd want to hope they put some weight saving in there.
Maybe.
There'll be a little bit, I reckon.
But surely that's really big.
Well, the old one, Greg, weighed 6.5 kilos.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess.
So there'll always be a little bit of weight savings. I reckon they'll be able to shave off some from using lighter materials for the housing or something. But at some point, you can't, because it's physics at the end of the day, right? You gotta have the glass.
It's glass, isn't it? Yeah, glass is heavy.
Build some durability into it. Yeah.
There's a few comments, Greg. We've got
go for it.
I'm about the same level of glass slut as I am camera.
You should make a T-shirt for that.
We will make him a T-shirt for that one day.
Yeah. RF mount. So I can only look at third-party EF here, unfortunately. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Dennis, again, love a full manual lens for light painting portrait before adjust aperture during exposures. That's pretty cool, and that's pretty clever if you're doing that. That'd be fun to play around with.
So
Paul,
while he's... So what, hang
well,
on, can you go back over that? What's he doing?
Yeah. So he's light painting, and then and then maybe he's adjusting his aperture mid-shot to then light paint a different part of the image, whether it needs more light or less light. Is my guess at what that means.
Ooh.
Or stopping
we'd
down.
like to
I don't know.
Yeah, we'd like to see some examples of that one there. Well, I mean, if you went from an ultra wide fast aperture, let's say a 1.4, and you've opened the shutter, as Dennis does, so your foreground element's in sharp focus and the background's blurred, but then you narrow the aperture and more comes into focus, so you've got a blurry background that starts to get definition. Yeah. Is that how it works, Dan? Let us know. Maybe you can share an example with us.
Or maybe he's got a video.
Oh, it'd be on his
YouTube.
YouTube.
A little behind. Yeah.
Yeah. One last lens announcement. Venice Optics Laowa, who predominantly do a lot of like tilt shift probe, ultra wide, kind of out of the norm lenses. They've announced, or it's been leaked, that a 200 autofocus 200 f2 for Fujifilm X and GFX is on the way. And there it is there. I mean, there it looks like some sort of futuristic coffee mug, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's
They've just grabbed the coffee mug off eBay that you can buy. And...
yeah. But if this is the right one, then and I think it's also coming to EF, E, and Z mount. But yeah, GFX, that's big, that's bold.
It's going to be heavy.
It's going to be heavy and it's going to be expensive, I reckon.
And bulky.
Less than 1.6.
You need like a whole bag just to fit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty huge. Because Fujifilm already have a 200 f2.
Yeah.
Their red badge lenses.
Cool lens, though.
It's a really cool lens, but that's about $9,000, I think, from memory, Ian.
I can't remember.
I know it's a lot. Like it's one of the most expensive Fuji lenses you can get.
Yeah,
that's a lot of Fuji credits, Greg.
It is. I'm working on it. Jim. We'll get there. And the last little bit of news that I think is probably worth sharing is that very quickly, Peak Design, who began life as a Kickstarter campaign when they first started doing bags back in the day, have continued with Kickstarter for most of their big announcements and projects. It's what made them. And they've obviously got a very loyal fan base and following. And so they've stuck with the Kickstarter, even though they're a well-established, funded financial company, they've stuck with the Kickstarter program. And I think it's great because what it does is it gives, like any Kickstarter, it gives photographers or investors, so to speak, the opportunity to be a part of something new, to actually have contributed to the development of a new piece of kit. Plus you get a discount when you finally buy one off them. But they had a goal of 100,000 US dollars. They've hit almost 4 million. And it's got 5 days to go. So congratulations, Peak Design. That's phenomenal pull from your consumer base. Like, you've obviously built trust and brand loyalty that people are prepared to throw, 40 times the amount of money that you actually need at you to develop this new product and put it to market. And I think that's a success story. Regardless of what you think about Peak Design, I'm
a bit sus about the numbers, though. How much is a tripod, do you reckon?
How much? I reckon it's going to be close to $1,000.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
I can't remember about the price. Hang on.
What was it? How many people, Greg? I mean, how much money? Was it 4.7 million?
I've lost the article.
Yeah, 4.7 divided by 5,000.
Yeah, so 3.8.
Yeah, 3.8 million, 4.7 backers. So that's great.
800.
Yeah, about $800. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Which
On
if that's
average.
US, yeah.
That's US. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. So
So
it's
that's
a price.
inexpensive trip.
Yeah, it's a really expensive tripod. But yeah, the reviews that I have seen, so we've got Chris Nichols here from Petapixel, but the reviews that I've seen on it have all been quite positive.
That's
They
good.
see it as a mature upgrade for a product that was already pretty good to begin with. They've just tweaked it and listened to community, and yeah, good on them.
I mean, it's interesting to see how much innovation they can squeeze into what is essentially 3 sticks and a plate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. It's all that carbon fiber and alloy machining and all of that trippy stuff that they do now. But yeah, I think that's a win for them. I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's a good redemption story.
Yeah, and look, they've played the game well. They've always stuck with Kickstarter, and so they've got a following. People love backing their products.
Yeah.
People get to say, "Yeah, I was part of that. I helped that come to be." Kind of thing. Bragging,
and
rights.
it's a safe way for them too to
Yeah.
launch a new product. It's they design it and then.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work out, well, no harm, no foul, kind of thing.
No one was going to buy it anyway, so they're kind of they're nowhere near the loss of building, big units.
Yep. Yeah, it's literally a dipping your toe into the water to see the temperature. I think it's it's a clever marketing approach for them, and it's obviously worked in their favor. They're probably one of the more successful Kickstarters that I've ever seen, at least in our world, in the world of photography. So yeah. All right. What do you want to cover off next? Should we look at? We've done the news and rumors. We've caught up with Ian. Should we talk about some images?
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Just pretend the music is playing in the background, everybody. It's just on very
slide. On to the next slide.
Ian, are you okay if I start with your images before we jump to Tim Siamis's?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Cool. Let me just see if this is going to work properly. Let's try this. Slides. No, don't do that. Sorry, guys. Icon portfolio. This is it.
Yep. So while you're bringing that up, just a bit of background. So Icon is a cosplay photography festival that takes place in Tasmania every year. It's happening again this year in September, first week of September. But essentially what it is it's organized by a team, a small group of volunteers, and they organize basically they're based out of the University of Tasmania at the Sandy Bay campus in Hobart, and over the course of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe a little bit of Monday, it's a little bit like BFOP, except without the workshops. So a whole bunch of cosplayers and photographers will descend on Hobart. We'll organize shoots in the various locations around Hobart. So it could be a nearby park or a forest or a waterfall, or it could be at the university in Sandy Bay, or it could be they have this. We try and find they try and find partners with locations. So, for example, one of it was a Japanese restaurant called Bawa. I think someone even managed to organize a shoot on a ship, like an old sailing ship. Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Get in on that, but it was fun. So it's basically a whole weekend of just cosplay photography, organizing shoots. I think last year I ended up doing 13 or 14 shoots over the weekend with various cosplayers. We also shoot at the Royal Botanic Gardens, which is really beautiful over there. So good way to get out there and do some photography, to meet some cosplayers, to have a bit of fun, and to see the sights around Hobart. So I
think Pete Mello is from that area near the university. I'm pretty sure. Sandy Bay rings a bell. Friend of the show.
Hobart,
in the Hobart area.
Yeah. So that's one of the images that I took at a waterfall.
Where'd it go? Sorry.
That's all right.
There it is.
Yeah. So this one, I was the two characters are from this show called Doctor Stone. I've never seen the show, but I've seen some images from it. So they're both basically on a quest to turn the Earth back from stone into flesh, sort of thing. Something.
Noble cause.
Yeah. But yeah, this was taken at a waterfall. It was really cool because it combines cosplay with one of my other passions, which is landscape photography. Although I don't do much of landscape these days, but it was a good way to reconnect. And in this one, I didn't actually drag the shutter speed, but I think in some of the other photos you'll see I've dragged. I went with a lower shutter speed, and you'd get the more silky water texture.
Yeah.
As opposed to the more
I think the next photo, Greg, if you went. Oh.
I don't know if I'm going this one.
That one as well.
She's got mushrooms growing out of her arms, or are they?
Yeah, so she's supposed to be Princess Peach, but a zombified version of Princess Peach.
Cool.
There was a she's sort of leaning over a dead tree trunk, so there was a dead tree trunk next to the waterfall.
I rushed past one. Sorry.
This was at, I think it's around near Salamanca, in Hobart.
Oh yeah.
And, and this cosplayer is cosplaying a character from Genshin Impact. I can't remember the name of the character.
Salamanca is such a beautiful area, and it also has a bit of a Harry Potter mystery vibe to it because of its history. I mean, some of the buildings there are 200 years old.
Yeah.
Great location.
Let me think. This one, no, actually, this wasn't Salamanca. This was the Rose Garden at the university. It's got this. It's very similar to the Melbourne Uni vibes. So like a really old architecture.
Yeah.
But she was in front of these massive doors with these steps, and I thought, yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Nice
And what sort of lighting are you using with these?
So with this one, I used one speed light. So I shoot with Profoto. I was using a Profoto A2, which is like a beer can size flash, and a softbox. So really, that's a lot of my shoots. I'll often just use one, maybe at the max two lights if I really needed to have a side light. But otherwise,
when I caught up with you, or when I trailed you doing the cosplay photography at were we at Comic-Con?
Yeah.
That was last year, was it? The year before? Anyway. You had the one softbox set up, and you would carry that outside, keep it inside when you were doing shots in the main hall.
To me, being mobile is important because I like to give a cosplayer a good variety of shots. Often when you go to a convention, you'll see photographers kind of set up in one corner and they'll stay there. So it's almost like a photo wall where the cosplayer just stands in front of a wall and they just do 2 or 3 poses and then they're gone. So whereas I like to be more mobile. I like to find a location that suits the cosplay that they're wearing, and then also that means that I have to be very I have to be able to set up and tear down, really quickly. And often I'll set up and tear down in 1 minute. So having that really allows me to do this sort of photography here.
Very cool. Can I just jump to a quick comment from Dennis? We talked earlier, just a moment ago, about changing aperture during a long exposure. So Dennis said, and there is a video for this on his website too, so you guys can go check it out. Not now, later. Start the exposure at, say, f9 for the light painting tool, then open all the way up to absorb ambient and often adjust the focus as well. Pretty cool. Sounds straightforward.
Sounds easy. I'm sure it's not.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Ian, back to you.
No, that's okay.
Something worth playing with. We've talked about the Rotten Princess Peach. There we go.
This is the one where I dragged the long exposure. Yeah.
So are you shooting handheld or with a tripod?
No, I had a tripod. I had a tripod just to make sure, because I wanted to make sure that I got things as sharp as possible. So this is actually a combined 2 exposure shot. So I took one shot, a long exposure for the waterfall, and then I got the cosplayer to move in and hold a pose, and that was just a normal shot with a no shot
That's really
speed.
cool, Ian.
Yeah,
Look at
thank
that location. That's gorgeous. It's like an Amazon rainforest.
That was
Very cool.
yeah, that's only like 15 minutes from Hobart City.
Yep.
So it's not far at all. And this is the part of cosplay which is more play than cos.
Yeah.
I'll often get them to do silly things like steal that person's food and try and stop them from stealing your food, sort of thing, and just getting them to just really inhabit the character that they're cosplaying and have fun with it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
You must have learnt so much about all the different fandoms over the last few years while you've been doing this.
It's what's that adage? The more you know, the less you know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This was one of my favorite ones. I'm not sure if you've seen the movie Doctor Sleep.
No, I
So
haven't, sorry.
okay, so it's the sequel to The Shining. If you that Stephen
Oh,
King.
wow.
Yeah, so Doctor Sleep is sort of like the sequel to that, kind of like 20 or 30 years later.
I
But
think I've read
this
the book.
character, yeah, so this character is playing one of the characters from that show called Rose the Hat, and yeah, so there's a scene where she kind of is near this river or lake, and we didn't have a little girl here, but in that scene she struck up a conversation with a little girl, and then she killed her.
Oh, wow. That's
very
delightful, Ian. This is
it's
a
a very dark-
family-friendly show.
it's a very dark show. Not the podcast, but the Doctor
Yeah.
Sleep it's a horror. It's Stephen King.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, that's so fun.
Mm.
Is that
Okay.
Zelda?
Yeah,
It
that's
is
Link.
Zelda. Yeah.
That's Chris. That's Chrissy Q. I've known her for a very long time. Amazing cosplayer and really cool human. We were on top of Mount Kunyani or Mount Wellington in Hobart for this.
Mhm.
You don't quite see it here, but if you kind of like behind me, you could see some patches of snow there. So it was very windy, very cold.
Yeah.
But I saw this shot and I'm going, "Ooh, Chrissy, you got to get up on that rock there." I have this idea in my head, and often I actually visualized this in my head before I took the shot. So I had a very firm idea of how I wanted to compose this, what I wanted her to do, and then I added the lightning in post production. But
And I remember traveling to Mount Wellington years ago with my wife. We went up there because we were curious. We're just driving around Tassie. It was the middle of winter, and the coldest I have ever been in my life was on top of Mount Wellington. It had been
was
snowing.
very
The
cold.
wind was ripping. I just couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. And like I even went into, they used to have like this Antarctic exhibition at Salamanca. I don't know if it's still there. This was a very long time ago. And they had like a freezer room where you would go in to experience what it was like in Antarctica with the wind chill.
Yeah,
But Mount Wellington was so much more colder. It's crazy.
It's the wind chill, right? When the wind blows at that certain speed,
Cuts through.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter what
yeah.
you're wearing. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a really cool shot, Ian. I love that. And
And
so
have
tell me
you
about
lit
your
that-
post. Sorry, mate. Go on.
Sorry, I was going to say, is there one light like off to the camera right, or is it just natural light?
No, it's just natural light.
Yeah.
I did in editing. I did because I put in the lighting effect, which wasn't obviously there. To make the lighting more realistic, I actually had to bump up the highlights and the whites on her face, or the side of the body facing the light,
Yeah.
just to make that more convincing. So
Yeah.
so
That's what I was seeing, but yeah, I wasn't sure if it was because I was like, if you had a light, that would be quite high.
Yes,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No, that was done in post. So
And if you'd gotten real lightning, that would be even more impressive.
Yeah.
she would also be dead, but
Yeah. You got the shot though. That's the main thing.
yeah.
It's a great shot.
Thank you.
Oh, it's what's the show it's from? Game of Thrones?
Yes, there you go.
Khaleesi?
Yes,
Mother of
Khaleesi.
Dragons. Yeah,
Yes,
I got
the
it.
Mother of Dragons. Exactly.
That's a very sweet shot.
She brought her egg and everything. That was really cool.
That's very
So
cool.
this was taken at St. David's Cathedral, which is right in the middle of Hobart.
Yep.
But again, a very simple. There was a little bit of light natural light shining on the wall behind her, on the window, on the top of the window, and I just added a flash just in front of her just to reinforce that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is all shot with your GFX.
Yes. All these images were the GFX.
Very cool.
Oh, that's Cascade, isn't it? The old
Yes,
brewery.
Cascade Brewery. Yeah.
This
I
one caught my
wanted
eye
to
earlier.
I wanted to follow. I wanted to imitate a scene where Rose the Hat comes across the Overlook Hotel from the show Doctor Sleep. So tried to make it look a little bit more cinematic. This was taken at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Tasmania. It's a huge garden. Like there's obviously things like this, but there was also like a Japanese garden there, which is really
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Yeah, very cool location. This is in the UTAS campus at Sandy Bay.
Yep.
I like the depth in one of the corridors that we were in.
Yeah.
So I just told the cosplayer, all right, go forward 10 steps, turn around, and give me your best strut.
Perfect.
There's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is Mount Wellington again. Yeah.
Yep.
And this is a totally natural light shot. No flash whatsoever. We were lucky. Just as we were about to leave, we saw the sun setting, and I just happened to look behind over my shoulder and go, "Oh my God, look at that light!" Now telling them, "Quick, stand here, do this." Yeah.
So, do you have to have a good idea of the shows, or if
it's recommended. You don't have to, but I always try and start with if I don't know the show well or at all, I will Google the characters to see what they're like. So often they're if it's a video game, you can watch a YouTube video of gameplay to see what the character's like, or if it's from a comic series, you can often find like frames on Google Images of what the character is like, and then that gives me an idea of whether the character is, are they extroverted or introverted, what sort of poses do they often do, do they have a signature pose, things like that, to try and, because ultimately you want them to be I suppose faithful to the character they're cosplaying, and to try and do that. And there are times when I've broken the rules and said, hey, I know this character is like this, but I want to shoot them totally differently. So that's of course, you're more than welcome to break rules and have a bit of fun. There's not an issue with that.
Well, it's that collaboration with the cosplay artist, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
It's about getting that sort of that screen accurate kind of replica that they're looking for, but also having a bit of fun, mixing it up a bit. I think that's great.
Yeah, 100%. So this cosplayer, she made this whole gown herself. It's from that show Crazy Rich Asians. So one of the characters in there, Rachel Chu, this was one of the dresses that she had on from the show. So this cosplayer actually, made the dress, a replica of that dress.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's one thing I've always loved about the cosplay community is they're all so crafty.
Yeah.
And
they're incredibly creative.
Captain Eleanor, who we spoke of earlier, I remember meeting her when we went to Comic-Con, and and I said, "Wow, your outfit's amazing." She said, "Yeah, it's because I started sewing like as soon as I could, like as a child. I learned to sew, and so I've just always made my own clothes. And some of the costumes that she has put together are just phenomenal, like almost like screen accurate kind of with props,
very close to it. And
like I said, body language gets they mirror the body language, and they it's quite an interesting.
So they sew. Eleanor sews. She has some knowledge of leatherworking. She works with
so does Jim.
foam and warbler to make like helmets and stuff like that, and swords and and sometimes she will buy materials when it's just easier and when it's affordable. But a lot of the times she will make it. She'll sew, she'll put it together, she'll paint it, or do things to it.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I remember watching a few years ago now Adam Savage, who used to be on Mythbusters. He's got his own channel called Tested. It's on tested.com, and there's a YouTube channel as well. And they do a whole bunch of geeky, nerdy, techie things all the time. Builds, lots of builds. And he's gotten really into cosplay. Just a few years ago, he realized that, you know, going to Comic-Cons and things incognito was a buzz for him. And so he would get this, he would make screen accurate replicas of like Chewbacca the Wookiee from Star Wars, or, you know, and be anonymous.
Yeah.
And then people would start to get cluey about it, and they'd say, "Come, go, are you Adam Savage?" And he'd go, "Yeah," and he'd like give them something or take a selfie, or and yeah, he's and I remember seeing when 3D printing first started coming into it, that you could, you know, instead of having to carve a replica knife or a gun or a prop for the costume out of other materials, you could just 3D print it, and the community shares those files, those print files, so that other people can use them. And it's really fascinating the amount of effort that goes into it, you know, and people doing foam sculpting with that kind of denser foam, like yoga mat foam,
wobbler.
And the sculpting they do with that, with heat and everything. It's really incredible. Very clever. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that waterfall shot. This one I had to get low. I did get wet in some of these shots, but with this one I was trying to get as close to the level of the water and kind of shoot up. That was really fun.
I love the mood of this one. It's very cool.
Thank you. So this is the in the Japanese gardens at the Botanic Gardens.
Yep.
So you can see there's like a little stone bridge in a pond behind. This is a character from Demon Slayer. Okay, so this is a scene from Doctor Sleep. There's a scene where Rose the Hat is communicating with this other person who's also a psychic, and in this scene they're in a supermarket. So technically, if you went up to a supermarket store manager and say, "Hey, can I shoot in Woolies or Coles?" They'll say no straight away.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
So we had to sneak the shot.
Ian Tan, I'm telling your wife.
I'm bad. I'm naughty. Another character from Demon Slayer. This was the entrance to the Japanese gardens.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that. Yeah.
Very cool.
This is now these two are characters from Sailor Moon.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
I've watched a few episodes, but I'm not totally across them. But this is still in the Botanic Gardens, but inside like a conservatory area.
Yeah, it's a cool space.
It's got fountains and plants and everything. It's really cool.
I just noticed there wasn't a comment here from John Pickett. Ian, I imagine, did your BFOP workshop last year and loved it. Have you decided the theme for this year? And can you say what it is? Can we have a scoop here, Ian? A hint even?
I will give a hint and say one does not simply walk into Mordor.
Oh, I like that.
It's from that show.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That sounds good. We look forward to it.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
And from Tim, such a good variety of images and mix of natural and flash to complete your compositions. See you in Bright this October. You're going to be at BFOP again.
You, Tim.
Lots of BFOP people.
Yes, I will be there conducting the workshops again.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me back, and thank you, Fujifilm.
Yeah, see, Ian's making the money too there, Jim. Every time he says it, he gets $1.50. I only got $1.20.
You're way ahead of me.
That's why I'm here, just to level you guys out a little bit.
Keep it real.
Yeah, not let the Fujifilm podcast take over.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. All right, I see what's happening. Let's talk about this one, Ian, and then we might move on to some of Tim's images soon.
Yeah, let's do that.
He sent through a bunch. Talk to us about this shot.
So this one I wanted to, because we were shooting at night. I love doing night shoots because it gives me the opportunity to really play with lights and to use it to tell that story. So we were in a stairwell without any lights. It's totally pitch black. There's you can't see a thing. So for this one, initially I started off with lighting Charlie with a I mean, typically, if someone asks me how do you set up your lights or where do I start, I'd say 45 to one side and 45 up. That's a good starting point. But with this one, I wanted to put the light directly above Charlie, almost like a street lamp. So some people call this like butterfly lighting. I don't know what the real actual term is for it is. That was the initial starting point, and then the second one I was going. After I looked at the shot, I went. Behind her was just totally black, and I wanted something to separate her from the background. So I ran up the stairs, put another flash in the back to just throw some light there, and then took the shot again. And that's what you have here.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing these with us. I'll just quickly scroll through. Oh, that's a wonderful shot. And so, Ian, these images that you take for these photographers, you supply them with raw files or JPEGs. What do you do once you've taken the shots?
I supply them with the edited shots, so I don't give them the raws. I've had maybe one or two people ask me if they could have a raws, but I generally don't give them out because to me it's only a half finish product, and I want to make sure that I give them my best work, and the editing process is part of my creativity. So I don't just give them the raws, unless they're photographers and they know what they're doing with it. But otherwise,
but even then,
for a let's say a half an hour shoot, I'll usually give them maybe a dozen images fully edited, which I pick, and I always try and put my best work out there, and I be really hard on myself in terms of when I'm culling my images and selecting them. My rough rule of thumb is that these days in social media, with people just flicking up and down, you have someone's attention for 1 to maximum 3 seconds, right? So I do the same when I'm culling my images. I'm going like, if it doesn't catch me in that 1, 2, or 3 seconds, I move on.
That's a clever way to do it. Makes sense, doesn't it? What's going to grab?
It does.
Hats off to this person for their costume. That's phenomenal.
It's very good with the detail.
For Super Earth.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He does a really good Gandalf too.
Wonderful shots. It looks like you had a great time in Tassie.
Yeah.
And you got some great work.
Can't wait to get back there in about a month's time.
Nice. And so what's on for you for the rest of the year? Any other cons coming up? Obviously, we've got BFOP in October. What other events are you shooting this year?
BFOP actually clashes with PAX, which is
it does too.
Kind of like the biggest con here in Melbourne. So for those of you who can't make it to BFOP, maybe consider going across for PAX at the Melbourne Convention Centre and see if you can get some photos of cosplayers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's OzCC, Oz Comic Con for Christmas again, sometime in December, I think.
Yep.
Or maybe late November. Yeah.
Cool. A couple of quick comments. Paul, got my BFOP ticket too. Nice one, Paul. Hey, so Tim, I know that you didn't get a ticket in the first batch. Does that mean you did get a ticket, or are you just going to break into BFOP? What's the plan, Tim?
Maybe waitlisted.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I know he did. Actually, when we were at the BFOP Camera House 40th anniversary event, Tim was hammering Matt Crummins to get in. So I think he probably wore him down. You got a ticket. That's awesome news. So Excellent. Cool. We're looking forward to seeing you there, mate. And a quick comment from Ian Thompson. Great images, Ian. Thank you for sharing those. And yeah, thank you indeed, Ian, for sharing your work. And I think what's most inspiring for me is your generosity of spirit, the way that you don't necessarily charge these people, the cosplayers, excessively for your work. You love it. It's part of your development, part of your journey as well. And look, if anyone watching along or listening along later wants to see a bit more of Ian's work, you can jump on his Instagram page, but also head to shotkit.com. That's SHOTKIT, shotkit.com, and do a search for cosplay. And there's actually an article in there that I wrote about my good friend Ian and his work. It's got a whole bunch of his images too and his processes, which is great. All right, let's have a look at some of Tim's images next. Let me just read the preamble very quickly. I went to my first Melbourne Creative Community event in the CBD, which was a cool experience with a whole bunch of photographers, over 200 of them, which was pretty insane, and captured the images we're going to show you in a minute. Met some like-minded creatives, a number of models, and lighting all supplied, which made a good night. Although one photographer next to me copped a kick from a member of the public. Ooh, that's yucky. The event was sponsored by TEDS, Sigma, and CR Kennedy. And yeah, all shots were on the Tamron 35 to 150. F2 to 2.8. Thanks for the recommendation, Jim, he says. On my Z8, shot wide open on a variety of focal lengths, shutter speeds, etc. Let's have a look. Oh, I almost brought up Ian's photos again. Now we're just going to jump on his Instagram page because that's the best way to look at them. Share screen. So this was Tim's first ever MCC event. Oh, wonderful use of lighting, Tim. Straight off the bat. The
Are you sharing
the
your
lighting.
screen?
Am I?
You're not
Oh,
sharing
sorry.
screen yet,
I'm just
Paul.
looking at them on my own. Sorry, everybody. Just take my word for it. YouTube's not a visual medium. So this is from Tim Captures. Head to his Instagram and check it out. But there's some wonderful shots here from the event, the MCC event. Really
Love
creative
those
use of
shots.
lighting.
Love those shots.
This guy looks a bit like Killmonger from Black
He
Panther.
does. He does. And the guy on the bottom looks like John Wick.
Yeah, they do a bit. Maybe that's what they're going for. Oh, look at him. He's cashed up.
He's cashed up.
Is that how you get
That is-
paid these days, Tim? They just hand over wads of cash for your time?
That money looks awfully big.
Where is it?
It looks bigger than, or he has
Yeah.
extremely small hands.
We'll never know.
Nice.
Great lighting. Really great use of lighting.
I know her. That's Ebony.
Oh, there you go.
Vanilla Thriller.
Ebbs March? That must be Ebbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that's got great character.
Yeah, that's so good.
It's a cool shot.
Great use of background elements. Good angle. You got the concrete and the yellow line.
Yep.
And it's, it's cutting through his head, but it's the depth of field really makes him pop.
I
That's a
like the
great
negative
image.
space in the image too. Like just,
Yeah.
I know sometimes people like to fill the frame, but sometimes I feel that leaving that space just causes you to take that extra look and go,
Yeah.
that's very interesting.
Very cool. Yeah,
That's
again,
nice.
really
Well
nice use
played.
of background. Great placement.
Yeah. Leading line. Oof, nice.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
like a
very
splash.
cool.
Nothing like a splash of red to draw the eye.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
got to hurt.
nice perspective.
Oh, that's that building near the Queen Vic Market, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that part of Melbourne Uni, I think? That's a stunning building to photograph, but that looks even more amazing there with the model in front of it.
Nice depth.
Yeah. Nice bokeh.
Yep.
Great use of light. Oh, that top one, that's
Beautiful.
That's magic.
That red and green, beautiful.
Yeah, that's played so well. And the way that it's just starting to splash under her eye and on the cheek here. Like it's almost like fingers starting to come around,
Nice, dramatic.
Yeah, really dramatic.
Very good.
Very cool collection, Tim. Thank you so much for sharing those with us.
Excellent.
Great shots, mate. I'm glad that you enjoyed the event and you got something out of it. And you managed to shoot all of those with a third-party lens. Maybe that's the theme of tonight's show.
Yeah,
Maybe it is.
It is a good lens, but it doesn't like backlight. Loses a lot of contrast. Gotta
Okay.
be careful. It's frustrating me because I really like it, but I shoot into the sun a lot and it doesn't like that.
How does it behave? Like, what is it? Is it just too much ghosting or flares?
It just drops, like it just gets really low contrast.
It just washes out.
Yeah, and I shoot the same shot on I shot a big shoot the other day on my 105 1.4 Nikon lens, and it's really high contrast. It's exactly what you'd hope it would be. So
yeah, that's disappointing.
But it is a great lens, and it's super versatile. So
I think there's a lot to be said for like just the wealth of third-party lenses we have available to us now. That it's, it lowers the economic barrier to photography, right? It's not, you don't need to spend thousands and thousands on a lens to get good images. You can spend $500-$600 and get a decent lens that can serve you well, because it's well made, it's sharp. There may be some issues, like you say, it washes out if you shoot directly into the sun, but maybe some people like that. Like I actually kind of like images that don't crush the blacks, and often I'll put like a promise filter and shoot when I'm shooting directly into light to get that sort of washed out effect. But again, it's a subjective thing, right? Jim, you like things to be very high contrast and probably very tack sharp, and
yes,
so
100%.
But we have all these things to choose.
We do.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, I think, I used to always say to people, they'd say, oh, should I get a new camera? This is the camera I've got. I said, no, invest in glass. But when you invest in glass, it doesn't have to be the best quality glass you invest in, does it? No. It could just be a focal length that suits your needs, and you make the aperture work for you as best you can with what you've got. And I think you're right, Ian. It does reduce the barrier to entry for people to, to fill out their kit a little bit more and maybe experiment with a particular focal distance on a cheap lens before they go and invest, on a first party or a better quality third party, and the thing with glass is that if you care for it well enough and you look after it, it does hold its retail value. You can then move it on to someone else through marketplace or however you do that sort of thing. But you don't always have to rush out and buy the super expensive version of everything.
Don't let Fujifilm hear you say that.
I didn't. I didn't say Fujifilm, did I? Here's a quick message from Tim saying, agree, it is the main weakness of that Tamron. Other than weight of it, they nailed contrast and flaring shooting into light sources, as it would be near perfect for what it does.
How much is that lens?
If they
other than
other than that core issue.
How much is that lens?
I don't remember. I got it on sale. I think it was like.
Let me have a quick look.
But it's, if you know what it does and know what its strengths and weaknesses are, you can use it, and make it do what you need it to do. So
the 35 to 150 f2 to 2.8, it's $1,700 so it's not a cheap lens. But it is very fast.
And it covers it almost covers like the two primary zooms that most event shooters use, right? The 24-70 and the 70 to 200 almost. Not exactly the whole range.
It kind of compresses that little bit.
A good chunk of it. So you could sort of see like you're buying 1.5 lenses for the price of one, something like that.
Absolutely.
Actually, sorry, I misspoke. The Nikon Z version is $1,800. The Sony E version is $1,700. That makes no sense. Why would it be a different price?
Been out longer, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
I think the Sony one's been out a couple of years longer than the Nikon one. Or
Oh, they
like
probably
that.
did that first, yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, moving right along, folks. We're probably going to keep tonight a short episode because we don't have all of Justin's fancy bells and transition whistles, and he's not here to hold us back.
We've also got a theory that he's the reason why we take so long, why we're always late.
Yeah.
So we're on time. We haven't rung
there.
long. Yeah.
No, not yet.
No?
Still early.
Yeah.
Still early. I bought a new piece of kit. Or I had a new piece of kit arrive. Should we talk about that? I've got gear. I just made up that name. So those of you who've been watching along past episodes know that I bought a macro lens. I got the you can't see it on this thing now, but on this kit is the 30mm f2.8 macro lens for Fujifilm X mount. I considered getting a Laowa macro lens, but I decided to go with native glass because I'm a bit of a snob like that. And it's a cracker of a lens. It's super sharp. It's it's fast autofocus, and it's lightweight and compact, most importantly. So there it is with the camera against my hand. It's quite small. I know it's hard to see. Sorry. And then also last week I told you guys that I bought the Godox TT350 for a Fujifilm. And then the final piece of my macro kit arrived from Cygnus Tech, and it's a diffuser system. And a couple of friends in one of my Fuji groups use this for macro photography. So this is it's a cut piece of plastic. It uses elastic to hold it around the lens, around the flash head, and then also has like an elastic around the bottom here. And you can see from this angle that the macro lens just pops out the bottom, and the flash shoots from behind, obviously shoots into this and creates the diffused light. Great little kit made by an Aussie guy who's a macro photographer. Down the track, we're going to try and get him on the show to talk more about the product. But really clever little Aussie device, and it's all cut and packaged to size. So when you order one of these on the Cygnus Tech website, and I always recommend going directly through the website because there's a bunch of Temu and AliExpress knockoffs. Surprise, surprise. With almost the same spider logo on them too, which shits me. But they cut and package these to size. So when you order one, you tell them what camera system you're going to be using, what lens you're going to be using, and what flash head you're going to be using on camera. And then he puts together a package with the right components to meet the right measurements, which is really unique. Granted, it's just he only sells the one product, and it's that, and that's it as a kit. And it came in a gorgeous box with like instructions and a big QR code to scan, so you could watch some behind the scenes videos of how to use it and how to shoot macro, which is really cool. I think it was about 180 Australian dollars for the diffuser kit. And look, I could have found something much cheaper. I was looking on Amazon. There was a whole bunch of stuff for like 10, 15, 20 bucks tops. But I just decided to back the Aussie made product because I'm a snob like that again. But no, I haven't shot with it yet. I've done a couple of test shots, getting the hang of it. But you guys can stay tuned for some images coming out in the coming weeks. I haven't had much of a chance to get out and shoot. We're doing renovations at home at the moment, so it's a bit crazy and hectic here. There's just stuff everywhere. But yeah, I'm looking forward to
swinging a hammer, Greg.
Sorry,
you've been swinging a hammer.
I'm like the foreman. I'm the project manager. You see?
Yeah. You just got the tool belt and like the note
and a Bob the Builder hard hat. It's like I got it from Big W from the toy section.
And the stern look in your face of
the stern look.
Do better.
Yeah. Respect by rubbing my hands on sandpaper to build calluses, just so they see that I'm a man, a real man. I think that's important to show dominance. When other men come home, I'm all about that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to shooting some macro.
Nice.
Trying a new genre. I've done a little bit of macro in the past. I also got that to play around with product shots because when I do camera reviews or lens reviews, I take all my own product shots. I don't use the stock stuff they send. And yeah, I'm looking forward to sort of employing my new kit in some work and some fun.
Keen to see.
Yeah, I'm keen to give it a shot. I just got to find some time.
That's the way of it.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? But that's what I'm working on these days. Let's quickly just jump to some comments. Nev Clark is in the chat.
Hey, Nev.
Evening, Nev. I told Nev today that he's a camera whore because he asked if he could come on the show again. But I just dropped 2.5K on a secondhand GFX, the 110 f2. I needed it. No, I didn't really need it. I just wanted it. Grateful for outdoor events. Great for outdoor events and portraits. Has been a dream lens, and he's had a good month, which is great. Great to hear.
Good on you, Nev. Yeah. That is a beautiful lens.
It's funny, Ian. I've seen plenty of good deals on secondhand GFX lenses because people buy GFX, then realize that it's not for them. Heaps around Sydney and Melbourne that I've picked up.
Don't tell me that. I will spend some money myself.
Yeah,
do it.
But yeah, glad things are going well for you, Nev. Seeing lots of your work on socials all over the place. It's showing up, which is great. So keep up the good work, mate. We're really proud of you. I think that's it for. Has anyone else got any show and tell? Jim, got any purchases recently?
I don't have any purchases of my own, and I can't really show you, but I've got 5 of Justin's backpacks sitting on my couch over there.
Why?
Well, a good friend of the show, Nick Fletcher, has passed on a job for me this weekend coming. So I'll be mixing my 2 passions of motorbikes and photography and doing some work for one of Nick's friends.
Wow. I thought you were going to say my 2 passions of motorbikes and boudoir. I'm really keen to see how that works out.
No. So, yeah, motorbikes and photography. So I'm very excited to ride and take photos. So I've got, 5 of Justin's backpacks to work out how to make the best camera backpack / camelback. Yeah.
That's really cool. How long a ride are you doing? Do you know?
I think he said up to 180 k's each day, which is a lot.
Wow.
Whoa, that's huge.
I don't know, but yeah, we've got to have fuel for that. So,
and it's all trail bikes. It's not road or anything like that.
No, be all off road. So in sort of sand and
Very cool. And have you ever done a gig like that where you've had to ride along with the group?
Not necessarily like that. I've done some similar stuff just on my own, but not with a group. But I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, that's really cool.
So,
and let's talk about
your butt's
gear.
Not too sore.
Yeah,
sorry.
180 k's on a bike.
I hope your butt won't end up being too sore.
Yeah, I'm going to wear my cycling shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want saddle rash. Hey, Jim, have you given any thought to what sort of kit you want to take?
Yeah, I have, and it's all too heavy. So, but I'd probably take the Nikon 14-30, and then probably the 35-150, and I'll potentially take 2 bodies. I don't know, just to save changing lenses.
Yeah, especially
I don't know, and maybe the 50. Sorry,
especially if it gets muddy or wet.
Yeah, just to
and
just to save a bit of time.
Yeah.
But and maybe
and I
the
imagine
50 with me.
Do you ever worry about your camera not working on a shoot?
Yeah, that's a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And just having a backup, really. It's kind of that's I guess what the 50 is as well. If you break, the 35-150 or the 50 can kind of do most things okay. Not that you think it's going to break or you're going to have an issue or.
No, but stuff goes wrong, doesn't it? And where the gig you're doing, it's not like you can run back to the car park and grab your spare body out of the boot.
No.
Is it? It's a job. You've got to have a backup, I guess.
100%. And batteries and just be ultra prepared. Which is why I've got so many backpacks, is to try and work out to fit motorbike spares as well as camera spares.
Yeah.
So.
It's really exciting. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Looking forward.
All the best for that.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe I don't know if I'll be able to have anything ready next week for next week's show, but maybe the following week we'll see.
Yeah, we look forward to it. Very cool. And what about you, Ian? Other than the stuff you mentioned earlier, you got anything on the immediate horizon?
Probably the next one would be Icon. That'll be
Okay.
the first week of September. So
Yep.
last year I flew, or the last two Icons I flew across because I
Mhm.
didn't have enough leave. But this time I've managed to get about a week of leave. So I'm going to be taking the ferry.
Nice. With
The
your
Spirit of
car?
Tasmania. Yeah, I'm going to drive
Yeah.
with the ferry.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
So we'll dock at we'll arrive at Launceston, and then we'll drive
Mhm.
all the way down to Hobart.
Yep.
And along the way, we'll
Cool.
visit some spots. Hopefully, we can take some photos, some caves, or
Nice.
some forests. Yeah.
I've been trying to convince Justin to organise a Tassie road trip
Mhm.
for Lucky Straps and the podcast, because there's a lot of folks that are in our community now. That a lot of them are in Tasmania.
They are.
Yeah. And it's
Yep.
just a short hop, skip, and a jump to get there. I don't know how I feel about going over on a boat. I think that's a fucking stupid idea. Boats sink. Anyway, I don't have a fear of the water.
Planes fall out of the sky too, Greg.
No, they don't. That never happens.
I think I'd rather be in a sinking boat than a crashing plane.
Okay. Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But just before we wrap, guys, because like I said, it will be a quick show tonight. A couple of things coming up on the horizon for us here at the Camera Life podcast. Obviously, Justin is still away, and he will be for a few weeks. But over the next until the end of August, we've got a co-host joining us for every single show, whether we have a guest on a Thursday morning or if it's a random photography show, we'll have a guest co-host, as Ian has done an admirable job here today, and we thank him for his time and his effort. But we've got what have we got? We've got Emily Black joining us. We've got Bruce, Dennis, Jason Lau's getting back on the show. Some Sam Olsen, and we've got quite a star-studded cast appearing in the next few weeks, which is great to see. This coming Thursday, I had a little bit of trouble getting a guest. I want to thank everybody in my Facebook community today. I sent out a message saying, "Hey, we've desperately need a guest for this coming Thursday," and I had so many people either recommend someone or put their hand up. And we've got Lee Herbert joining us, who is a videographer. So we're going to have a look at Lee's work and learn more about his journey on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Cool. But just a reminder to everybody watching along, if you're new to the channel or you're watching this for the first time, or you have been watching for a while but you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notified of every upcoming show. We go live at the same time on a Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and every Thursday morning with a guest at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Times. But if you hit the notification, it will tell you when the episodes are coming. And please give this episode a like, or any episode you happen to watch, because it helps others get notified. It lets it lets YouTube know that people want to see our content. And I think our content is something definitely worth sharing. But on that note, have you got any other news you wanted to cover off, Jim, today?
No other news for me.
Yeah. Ian, are you all done and dusted?
I am, I think. Might go and see if I can have a cup of tea before I mosey
you've had
along
a
off
big
to
day
bed.
at work. Fair enough too. Well, we won't keep you any longer. Look, on that note, this has been the Camera Life podcast, proudly brought to you by Lucky Straps, who at the moment is just Jim, because everyone else has left him behind in Bendigo. They've all gone off on holidays and left poor Jim to handle everything.
We've got the factory still, so they're still here, grinding away.
Oh, good. All right. Ian, thanks so much again, as always, for everything that you do. Thanks for jumping on the show. I know you had a huge day at work today, and we really appreciate you getting home and walking straight into the studio and starting up on a podcast. So go and have a cup of tea, put your feet up, have a bite to eat. And Jim, we'll see you on Thursday morning.
Sounds good. Yep, I'll be here. Yep.
All right. Well,
awesome.
let's. Do I have any music? I think I do. I should have some music.
Press
let's roll the music. Greg. I did.
Oh. Thanks, everyone.
There it is. Farewell, Spin. Ian's
Thanks,
going
guys.
off. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great
Thank you,
night.
guys.
Cool.
See you Thursday morning. Bye now.